top stories. The Prime Minister could be called into BCC and NUPW action. Barbados set to receive over $50 million from the EU, and Final 8 in the 2015 Banks Calendar Girl competition. Welcome to Nation News for Friday, October 31st, 2014. I am Janelle Ward.
No matter where you are in the world, at home or abroad, Nation News keeps you connected with what's happening in Barbados through our website, video newscast, and online e-papers. So stay connected with Nation News, your time, your way.
The impasse between the Barbados Community College and the National Union of Public Workers, or NUPW, could be ongoing before Prime Minister Frandell Stewart. Minister of Labour Esther Bayer-Succo agreed to hear staff grievances on Friday with a view of taking them before Stewart, who is head of the public service. Members of the NUPW were denied entry into the campus on Friday and instead had to meet BCC workers at the NUPW's Dalkeith headquarters. Bayer-Succo was attending a separate meeting there. NUPW General Secretary Dennis Clark said they would also get a court injunction if talks did not advance. Barbados will receive over $50 million from the European Union to help boost disaster management in the Caribbean. This was revealed by head of the EU delegation in Barbados, Michael Barford, during the launch of the CARIFORUM Natural Disaster Risk Management Program at the Radisson Aquatica Resort today. Addressing those present from various risk management organizations, Mr. Barford stressed the importance of making economic provisions to deal with disasters on a regional scale.
Disaster management needs to be placed firmly on the agenda of the region's finance and economic development ministers, and the Caribbean countries have to be committed to achieving the objectives and expected results that are set in the CDM strategy.
Businessman Rodney Wilkinson has finally secured bail 3 weeks after a High Court judge said he could go home conditionally until the case was heard. Wilkinson is the owner of Executive Rentals Incorporated and is facing 67 fraud charges totaling $4 million. Two sureties put up $1.5 million so that the former chief executive officer of the controversial former Gems Hotel could be released from Dodds Prison. Wilkinson has been on remand since last month and is expected to return to court in January 2015. People may want to run their businesses from here in Barbados, but they are setting them up in other countries. That is because the high cost of doing business, slow decision-making by public sector bureaucracy, and an equally slow court system are scaring away investors. The charge was made by economist Sir Frank Alleyne, chairman of the Economic Policy Advisors Committee. He was addressing the Ministry of Economic Affairs' 8th Annual Lecture Seminar Series on Friday at the ministry in Warrens. Government is forging ahead with its efforts to standardize academic qualifications across the board. Several stakeholders met Friday for an inception workshop on the development of the Barbados National Qualifications Registry at Baobab Towers in Warrens. Executive Director of the Barbados Accreditation Council, Valda Alleyne, said the registry would be the reference point for registered and accredited educational providers. More than 700 pounds of marijuana were discovered Thursday at the Bridgetown port in a shipping container which had arrived from Jamaica. After a search, 119 packages of cannabis weighing 750.5 pounds were seized. The joint operation involved the Drug Squad, Customs and Excise Enforcement Division, and the port security. No one has been arrested as yet. The final 8 of the 2015 Banks Calendar Girl competition was chosen yesterday at Oyston's Bay Gardens. On December 5th, the 8 will come back to compete at the same location when the winner will be announced. In sport, could horse racing in Barbados be on its last leg? The answer is yes, if you believe businessman Sir Charles Williams, who says a lack of support for the local breeding is killing the industry. Sir Charles, who was champion breeder for 6 of the past 8 seasons, lamented the loss of breeding premiums and said foreign exchange was being spent to import horses which could be bred here at home. He is so disgusted he has even contemplated putting some of his horses to sleep. And finally, want to know when you will die? Well, there's an app for that. The Deadline app uses a combination of algorithms and Apple iPhone health tracking capabilities to predict when you will die. After completing a short quiz about your lifestyle, the app taps into the data which newer phones now record, such as number of steps taken each day and flights of stairs climbed. It then presents the user with a countdown clock showing how long it will be till their demise. The countdown clock also appears on the phone's lock screen, meaning that every time a user checks their iPhone, they are given a reminder of their mortality. There is some good news though. If you increase the amount of exercise carried out each day, it can extend the amount of life the app shows as remaining. Talk about a kickstart to healthy living. That has been the Nation News for Friday. Thank you for watching. For more news updates, visit nationnews.com as well as YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. And look out for all your entertainment news a little later in The Weekend Buzz.